In the last part, we introduced the changes that Goten and Trunks had to implement to start training. Gohan trained Goten and Vegeta trained Trunks until they started training and motivating each other. We left off at the beginning of the Buu saga, so let's continue. The whole thing goes relatively the same except the fact that Goten and Trunks are in tow by their own choice. They're following and listening on, happy and scared at the same time for getting into some serious shit. Goku never thought that the situation isn't what he expected, but regardless, he goes with the gang. They get to the ship and Shin gives everyone a warning about the Bora and Babidi. Goten and Trunks are just observing and plotting on how to kill them off. Before long, the entire canon situation unfolds until the Bora and Babidi go into hiding and the Z fighters enter the ship. Vegeta takes care of Pui Pui, and as Goku was about to fight Yakan, Trunks stepped up and went to fight him. Yakan was quite interesting as he absorbed light and used it as energy. However, Trunks was quick to exploit that and used almost all of his might of Super Saiyan 2 to give Yakan a bit too much than he can chew, destroying him. After Yakan got defeated, Gohan opted to battle the Bora, but Goku stopped him, wanting to see what Goten is capable of. Gohan agrees and the Bora prematurely attacks Goten, who easily enters Super Saiyan and evades. Sensing the Bora's power, Goten goes Super Saiyan 2 and attacks the Bora. In his effort to easily get rid of the pest, the Bora spits on Goten to turn him into stone, just like Krillin and Piccolo. Goten is aware of the stone spit, so he channels the aura to his wrists and doesn't let the spit to touch him, knocking the spit right back to the Bora and turning him into stone instead. Goten then stops, as kind-hearted as he is, and goes out of Super Saiyan. However, Vegeta blasts now stone the Bora into dust. Goku asks Vegeta why, and Vegeta says it's just better this way. As Vegeta is attempting to blast his way through the Babidi, Babidi decides to take control before it's too late. Vegeta is now in immense pain as Babidi is trying his best to destroy the goodness in Vegeta's heart. Vegeta is struggling, but the second Shin told Vegeta who's behind it, Vegeta gets furious, starting to blast down the whole ship in the Super Saiyan 2 and killing Babidi off and destroying his little crystal ball. As Vegeta drops down in fatigue, the gang checks upon him, with Trunks getting worried on what's going on. However, the whole thing isn't over yet. Since Vegeta used up all of his energy to kill Babidi, that allowed Buu to escape from his cocoon. Buu is now released and the gang is weirded out on the looks of the menace, but they're not fooled, as Buu's power is something like they have never felt before. Buu, however, only wants to play. He's too occupied with the fact that he has a mind of a child, so when he sees Goten and Trunks, he just wants to play with them, although not in the best way. Goten and Trunks decide that they will indeed play with Buu, so Buu leads them outside to quote-unquote play. The games begin and the two kids and Buu start fighting, and it's clear that Buu is stronger. Goku is concerned, thinking to unveil Super Saiyan 3 and fight Buu on his own. But the two children stop the battle. Despite their lack of energy, they tell Buu to wait a bit so that they can have a fair fight. Buu accepts, and so Goten and Trunks play rock paper scissors to see who gets to do it. Trunks won the best of 3, and so Goten is now on the sidelines along with the rest of the gang. Trunks then starts powering up. Goku is intrigued as to if a kid can pull it off. Vegeta is just watching on, tired out and nearly fainting, and the rest watch on in shock as Trunks' power starts doubling. Goku is now certain that Trunks is pulling off what he was debating on doing. Trunks' power spikes, and after one last roar, we see Trunks in the Super Saiyan 3 for the first time. He looks rather off considering the form makes him bigger, but regardless, we now have a powered up Trunks. Buu is happy and initiates the battle with Super Saiyan 3 Trunks. Trunks is now pretty much tied with Buu, but knows this power won't last long, as it's draining his energy way too fast. He silently notifies Goten to get ready in a few, and so Goten too starts holding Ki ready for the transformation. Trunks is battling Buu and he's quite having fun, since he can use that power he attained to a good cause and on such a strong opponent. As Trunks is fighting and giving it his best, he's constantly losing power and is getting weaker and weaker, getting gassed out more and more. Goten realizes that it's about time to switch, and so he transforms as well, impressing Goku and infuriating Vegeta. Trunks is thrown out of Super Saiyan 3 and so gets one shot to the ground. Goten then steps in and he wastes no niceties on Buu now that he knows just how powerful Buu really is. Goten goes for a full power assault in hopes of defeating Buu in a minute, but as he is fighting, he's spending more energy than Trunks, and since he's weaker, the time he has is even less. Goku then smirks at his son's achievement, but knows he will have to step in. So, he too flares his ki up to be ready for fight. King Kai is getting angry at Goku, but Goku couldn't care less and goes into his Super Saiyan 3. That genuinely infuriated Vegeta, since his ego doesn't let him accept the fact that Goku has been training his ass off for the past 7 years. Goten does one last push, blasting Buu to hell and back and destroying him. Or so he thought, as Buu regenerated almost instantly. Goten, now having used up all of his power, drops down to form and is back to Super Saiyan 2, but is still trying his best. Buu simply knocks him out too and likely breaking a few of Goten's ribs. Goku screams for Goten as he blindly rushes in on Buu and kicks Buu into a mountain. Knowing of the regeneration ability, he takes precautions and formulates a plan. Buu starts taunting him how he cannot be destroyed, but Goku says that regeneration got old about 7 years ago and knows how to deal with it. He starts preparing a blast, but then gets a better idea. Seeing the two boys and their massive strength, he decides not to throw it and tells Buu to hold on and not to kill anybody, as he will get a real challenge soon and to stay put. Buu likes the idea, given his playful side, and lets the gang go. Goku then drops to base and instant transmissions everyone to the lookout. On the lookout, he tells everyone since he has used Super Saiyan 3, he has also used up a vast majority of his time here on Earth using the form, so he only has time to teach the kids his trump card he learned in the other world. That is, Metamorph Fusion. Goten and Trunks hear about Fusion, but aren't really big fans considering they want to use their own power to defeat Buu. Goku says it's the only way they can win at this point in time, and considering that he has to return back to the other world, they have no other choice. Vegeta, although pissed, smirks at the fact kids don't want to fuse, so that makes him sort of happy. Goten and Trunks are quite pissed off they have to fuse, but roll with it. Once Goku shows them the set of moves, the kids cringe even harder. Even Gohan cringed a bit from the moves. Vegeta called it out as ballerina moves, to which the kids had a great laugh out of. Either way, they begin training the poses, giving half a shit about it. Goku has more time in this case, and Vegeta didn't die, so they can all tutor them as they see fit to make them master fusion. The time came for Goku to go, and he said his goodbyes before disappearing. Shin decided to stay on the lookout to see the kids' progress, since Gohan in this case hasn't gone to train with him. Once Goku was sent back, Piccolo decides that the best and fastest way for them to master fusion is in the time chamber, so he takes the measure of taking the two in there. Once they're in the time chamber, Piccolo tells them how time moves really slow in here and all of that. Goten and Trunks are amazed that something like that exists, but they also have a better idea. During their training, they get a plan to knock Piccolo out and go train on their own, being annoyed by doing the same thing over and over and over again. So, while Piccolo was unaware, Trunks crept up from behind him and smacked him in his Super Saiyan 2, making Piccolo faint. With Piccolo out of their way, they go and train to attain greater power instead of fusing theirs together. By the time Piccolo wakes up, they're long gone and he can't sense where they are, so he starts frantically looking for them. Meanwhile, the Dio is training in their Super Saiyan 3 while periodically thanking Sensu every time they get to the point of exhaustion. We're continuing the series next time. While you wait for the next part, join the T23 Discord server with the vanity URL down in the description. Thank you for watching, and with that, peace out.